They're the ones who may be begging you for a label maker if you don't have one. And if you don't have one, that's another thing, because label makers are definitely your best friend. Even if organizing is not your forte, they're still a really good friend to have. And here's the interesting thing. It gets the children involved. I was one time working with two brothers who shared a room, and in this room, they were 6 and 8. And the door was here. Okay, my drawing skills are not good. That's another reason why I stayed in kindergarten and first grade. I could get away with not having very good drawing skills. So in our room, when you entered, the 6-year-old's bed was here, and the dresser was over here. And the 8-year-old's bed was over here, and you can guess it, the dresser was over here. So the first thing we did is we did a little rearranging. But then what we did is we had them take their clothes out of their dresser, and we had them, sort of look at what they liked and didn't like, what fit and didn't fit. Now, obviously, Mom did have a little say in that because they don't get to get rid of all the clothes. Even boys, they still have to keep clothes. They, not like girls who want to go out and buy a bunch of new ones, but they still need to keep them. But then what we did is I had them decide which drawer to put things in. Because here's the thing. As adults, and I'm not going to ask you to raise your hands on this, by the way. As adults, most of us put our undergarments in one of the top drawers. Okay? We just do. I mean, it's pretty universal. I see some people nodding their heads. They're totally agree with this. You know what? If the child wants to put the underwear in the bottom drawer, who cares? It's not necessarily a big battle, but again, for us, our thinking is, underwear goes to the top drawer. Where else would it go? And they're thinking, I'm going to leave it on the floor because the top drawer makes sense to me. Bottom drawer works really well, though. So that's the kind of thing where you got to pick your battles when it comes to some of this. And the other reason why I say that, because I know that I did start out with a label maker thing, is even a 6-year-old really enjoyed. And he was a younger 6-year-old, so he needed a little bit of help with the spelling. But this was a case where the parents didn't mind if we had labels on the front of the drawers, and so they got to make their labels and put them on the front of the drawer for what was in each drawer under their dressers. For some that don't want that, because I know there is some furniture that you may not want labels on, usually what I'll suggest is seeing if there's like a top. So when you pull out the drawer, if there's like a little ledge on the top where you might be able to put labels. Another thing would be to do a small trial of using the clear contact paper, which you can still find, because usually it doesn't leave the sticky film. So if you have more of a piece that you're not necessarily sure that you want to put labels on, maybe try like a back or a side, blow down, and see if contact paper would work to adhere a label without it creating a lasting mark on it. So just a little bit of an idea of label makers and their great uses.